What's up, everybody? Today's workout we are focusing on back and biceps. We'll be going over pull-ups, bent over rows, lat pull-downs, barbell curls, and dumbbell curls. Alright, so right here we got the good old-fashioned classic pull-ups. Pull-ups is a really good exercise for athleticism and strength. This exercise works more stabilizers than you do on machines. If you want to develop good lat muscles, pull-ups should be your number one exercise. Pull-ups activates the lats more than any other machine exercise or row exercise. Not only is it a good back exercise, but it also activates your forearms, your biceps, and even a little bit of your shoulder muscles. Wider grip for more back activation and closer grip for more forearm activation. Alright, so now we got the bent over rows. This exercise is like the bread and butter for your back. This is a really good exercise to develop your upper back muscles. I like to do this exercise for let's say for example, if I want to increase my deadlift, this exercise is really good for that. Not only is it good for your upper lat muscles, but it also works out your rear delts, your traps, and your rhomboids. You should be able to do this at most gyms. As long as you have a barbell and a little bit of space, you can do it. If you have a squat rack or something, that's even better. As you can see here, I'm not using as much weight because, well, for one, I'm demonstrating. And for two, I just want to make sure I get a good contraction in my back. So here's a pro tip. If you have some straps with you, straps are really good to making sure that you take the stress off of your forearms and you're really getting that good contraction into your back, lats, traps, and all that good stuff. Because if you lift real heavy doing the bent over rows with just your forearm muscles, you're not really truly getting that burn that you need. Alright, now we got lat pull downs. So most gyms should have this machine. So there's different kinds of machines for lat pull downs. As you can see, this is a fixed machine, so it's not like you can take off one part and put on another part. This is more of a fixed machine. And most gyms have it where you can take off the it's coming to my head, where you can take off the handle and put on a different handle for a different variation. But yeah, this exercise is really good for your lats also. Your lats, your rhomboids, even your rear delts. I would say for you beginners that have trouble doing pull-ups, regular pull-ups, do the lat pull-downs also. Lat pull-downs is a great alternative to increasing your pull-up strength. Now with this exercise, you don't have to go crazy heavy. I like to do about 3 to 4 sets, let's say about 10 to 12 reps. If you want to push 15, you can. Just make sure when you get to your last 2 to 3 reps, it should feel about, I would say, 90 to 95% effort. Alright, so let's go over some cues. So for this exercise, always brace your core. First thing you should do is brace your core. Then you grab the handles. So if you want to get your back really wide, use a wide grip. If you want to activate more of your forearms and biceps, use a closer grip. So it's whatever you want. If you want bigger arms, go closer. If you want a bigger back, go wider. And now when you bring the bar down, make sure it touches your upper chest. Well, not necessarily to touch, but make sure it gets close to touching your upper chest. You don't want to come too low. You want to make sure you get that good contraction in your lats. When a bar touches your chest, it gets close to touching your chest. Hold that squeeze for about 1 to 2 seconds, and then come back up slowly. But overall, this is a really good back exercise. Alright, so we have the good old-fashioned barbell curls. This is old school right here. Y'all young folks don't know nothing about this. No, I'm joking. Here I am saying y'all young folks and I'm young. This exercise is one of the best bicep exercises for mass. This exercise allows you to lift a lot heavier than you would with doing dumbbell curls. The key to this exercise, make sure you're not swinging. For optimal hypertrophy growth, I would say pick a weight that you can do about 10 to 12 reps. Make sure you control the weight. So first thing you want to do, you want to tighten up your core, tighten up your glutes also. Then you want to bring that barbell all the way to your chest. You want to hold for about 1 to 2 seconds, then come down slowly. I like to keep a neutral grip. I don't like to go too wide or too close with this exercise. I like to keep a neutral grip. But if you really want to get those biceps big, barbell curls is going to be your exercise. Now with this exercise, it's easier on the wrist to do the easy bar curl. I should have demonstrated it in this video, but I didn't. But if you don't have wrist problems, barbell curls are completely safe. But if you do have wrist problems, use the easy bar curl. Alright, so here we have the good old-fashioned dumbbell curls. This is also a really good exercise for developing big biceps. This exercise allows for greater range of motion. And this exercise is really good for muscle imbalances. Something that I like about the dumbbell curls is that it gives you more variety. Unlike barbell curls, with dumbbell curls, you can do it has more of a rotational twist to it. So like you can have it to where you're not just working your biceps, you can make it to where you're working your forearms. So like you can do hammer curls, which works your forearms and your biceps. Now this exercise, I've been doing this exercise since I was a teenager. To me, it's one of the simplest bicep exercises. Alright, so let's go over some cues. So the first thing you want to do, as always, brace your core. So we're gonna squeeze our glutes with this one also for stabilization. Pick a weight that you can handle for at least 10 to 12 reps. If you want to push out 15, that's fine. Just make sure, as always, when you get to your last 2 to 3 reps, it should feel close to failure. Make sure when you get close to the top, like when you're performing your reps, make sure you hold for about 1 to 2 seconds. That way you know you're actually working the muscle and you're not just going through the motions. Now I would say this, a little bit of swinging is not bad because a little bit of swinging is natural when you get to your last reps, like close to failure. Just make sure to limit it as much as possible, but don't feel bad just because you're swinging a little bit. This is a really good exercise to prevent injuries also. For example, someone that doesn't train biceps, when they go to pick up something heavy, they could be at risk of injury compared to someone that trains biceps. But overall, this is a great bicep exercise. And hey guys, I appreciate the love that you guys give me. I'm going to be posting fitness content every day. So if you guys like my video, hit the subscribe button and have a beautiful day.